back. It's your boy CloudzReacts, back with another video again. This is my first video in the morning. I never done a video in the morning before. So yeah. Good morning. I don't know but yeah, today we watching Mom realizes her son is a child predator, and this video was uploaded by Explorer. So let's get into it. Oh, I got DoorDash. I DoorDash McDonald's too. Bro, tell me why I accidentally bought 2 large orange juice. I was only meant to buy 1, and I was wondering. I was like, bro, cause I also got a small Coke, cause I don't really like orange juice like that, but I needed something like, you know what I'm saying, to like make it even. But it came up to $40-something. I was wondering why it came up to $40-something. I was like, it shouldn't be that expensive, but I didn't think of anything of it. So when that did happen, I was like, oh my gosh, bro. And like, yeah, basically I wasn't paying any attention, and yeah, bro. That's what happened when you don't pay attention, bro. I need to start paying attention before I just hit the button, bro. Let's get into it, though.
My daughter's missing. I guess she never made it to school this morning. How old's your daughter? She's 10.
This is not like her. I pounded into her head since she was little enough to get into cars with strangers.
I need you to come to my house. My son wants to turn himself in.
The second I pulled her into my car, I knew she was dead. Random place, random time, random everything. I am a monster for what I've done.
A quiet Colorado community is stunned when a 10-year-old girl vanishes on her way to school. Chilling discoveries over the coming weeks turn a desperate search into a grim homicide investigation until the shocking moment a teenager confesses to police. The only problem is the critical evidence that says he had nothing to do with it.
I have proof that I did it. There is no other question. You just have to send squad cars, and I will answer all the questions that you want to ask.
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never...
Hold up, man. I forgot to pray. Hold up. Y'all make sure y'all pray before y'all eat. Hold up. Amen.
Never been seen before until now. On the afternoon of October 5th, 2012, a desperate mother in Westminster, Colorado calls 911 to make a heartbreaking report.
My daughter's missing. I guess she never made it to school this morning. How old's your daughter? She's 10. Okay. Could she be with a father or anything like that? No, her father's in Missouri. When did you last see her? This morning when she left at 8:30. Did she walk? Yeah. And I checked her friend's house, but she walked in there not answering the door. Okay, and she doesn't have a phone or anything like that? No. Okay. Does she have a bike? Yeah, but she doesn't ride it to school. Well, have you looked? Have I worked? Looked for her. Have you looked for her anywhere? I went up to the school, and my sister's walking up to the school the same way that she walks with her dog. And I went to her friend's house and kind of looked around at the park that's down the street. There's no kids there.
No kid under 14 years old should be walking alone. I really want to say no kid at all, period. I feel like if we're not 18 or older, you should not be walking in the streets alone. I would say if you're like 14 and up, at least walk with like a friend or two. Know what I'm saying? So if stuff do go down, know what I'm saying, they can't take all of y'all. Or they can't, one person can't take all of y'all. But no little girl should be walking alone by herself, bro. No little girl should be walking alone by herself, bro.
Okay, what's your mother's name?
I don't know what her mom was thinking letting her walk out.
News of 10-year-old Jessica's disappearance will soon grip the entire community.
Out,
but in the early first hours, it's the family that police need to speak to, including the other 2 residents of the house, Jessica's aunt and her grandmother.
I don't know. I don't think her mother's doing well. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
She never does things like this. She's a good kid.
Yeah.
Jessica's not really one to want to even run away. She's pretty a homebody.
She pretty, okay, she's, I know, kind of a homebody, but is she like pretty adventurous too?
I don't think so.
According to Jessica's mother, she packed her off for school that morning at 8:30, bundled up for the snow, and went to bed after working the night shift. It wasn't until approximately 4 o'clock this afternoon that she woke up to see that Witt Elementary had called with an unsettling message. Jessica never showed up to school that day.
And then I got in the car and I drove over to her house and knocked on the door and banged on the door and nobody answered. So I drove up to the school and went inside and saw that the office was closed. So I turned around and left and drove back to her house and pounded on the door again, rang the doorbell. And nobody answered. And so I drove home and then I called 911.
Does she know like the house phone number? Like,
She knows our house phone number by heart.
Does she?
She's not real clear on our address sometimes. So she transposes the numbers.
Oh, does she? Does she know like your guys' cell phones at all, or just the house
Just
phone?
the house phone.
What do you think
I don't know. I have no
Jessica
idea.
could be?
I don't know. This is not like her. I pounded into her head since she was little not to get into cars with strangers, so I don't think she would do that. I mean, in my mind, I think maybe she started off towards school. She missed, so she went heading on to the school too. She got to school late. Maybe the door was locked, so she decided to go back home. But I don't know how she would go back home, and obviously she didn't.
The Ridgway family insists that it would be wildly out of character for Jessica to simply take off, and the lack of answers invites darker possibilities.
I've just been so afraid this is going to happen sometime, and now it did.
So
Why are you letting her walk alone? That's my question. I want to know, why are you letting her walk alone? She's 10 years old. Don't matter how close that school is, she should not be walking alone by herself to school. I don't care what the standard is. I don't care if I just work a double shift, coming home, just got off of work, tired as hell. I don't care. I'm dropping my son, daughter off to school. I don't give a fuck, bro. There's too much weirdos and stuff out here for you to be letting your daughter or son walk out and go to school by themselves. You ain't even it's not like you even sending her with like an older sister or brother. Nah, you're just letting her walk out by herself. Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all be having too much free care. Y'all act like y'all don't be caring about y'all children sometimes. Y'all act like y'all be wanting this shit to happen sometimes, bro. The shit y'all be doing. I'm just saying, because, like, y'all not, like, come on, bro. That's common sense. Like, look at this world, bro. Like, there's plenty of weirdos in this world, bro.
were you afraid this was going to happen?
Y'all need
I
to
just
stop,
always
bro.
worried that somebody would take one of my children or my grandchildren. I mean, I worried about the girls when they were little too. And they'd walk to school. I just worried.
So that's what you think has happened here?
I don't know. I mean, that's the worst case scenario for me. I'm hoping that she's lost or in a culvert or someplace and can't get out and she's hurt and cold. My mother's convinced she's under some bush somewhere. I'm stymied. I mean, I'm hoping nobody abducted her. I mean, that fear's there that somebody abducted her.
I'm hoping nobody did nothing to her, too. But in this case right here, there's really all you can think about. I'm looking at her right now. She's like that type of person. She looks like that type of 10-year-old that got that reaching scream. I'm talking like the loudest scream you ever heard before. And like, to be honest with you, I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna keep on saying that, but I don't care how much y'all tell me to stop. She should have not been walking out there by herself, bro. I stamped that, bro. She should not been walking out there by herself, bro. 10 years old, walking out there by herself. Hell nah. What is that? 5th grade? Hell nah. Hell nah. I'm sorry, bro. No. I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro.
Because she just disappeared and she never does this.
God forbid someone grabbed her or something. What do you think her reaction would be?
I think her reaction, if it's somebody she didn't know and they just grabbed her, she would start screaming.
Exactly what I just said. I just said that.
Would she?
Okay, good.
In their determination to bring up anything that might be relevant, the family mentions some recent troubling incidents in the area.
One day she said there were some people standing at the park that were just like standing there by the tree, and it made her nervous, so she came home. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, bro. I can't even, bro. I'm about to start tearing up for no reason, bro. I'm dead ass about to start tearing up, bro. This shit finna make me cry low key, bro. Come on, bro. This is ridiculous. She told y'all that 3 weeks ago. even after she told y'all that, y'all still let her go to like the bus stop and shit like that, or like walk to school. Excuse my language, but y'all still let her do that even after she told y'all there was like creepy people watching her at the trees. Y'all still let her do what she do. Y'all don't care, do y'all? Y'all don't care. I'm starting to see that in these videos. Y'all don't care at all.
So they were just standing
Y'all
like
don't have
this
2 F's.
by the tree. At the beginning of the school year, or maybe it was the end of last year, they had that suspicious person up at the Kettner Lake, and we had talked about making sure never to talk to anybody you don't know, and kind of usually reinforce it about every couple weeks, every month.
What do you remember about that suspicious person?
I don't remember. It was, they sent home like a letter saying there was.
The school did?
Yeah.
In May, a woman reported being attacked by a man wielding a chemical-scented rag while jogging at the nearby lake. Though she fought him off successfully, he fled the scene, and the police have yet to make an arrest.
Hey, so these are some pictures of a girl at 120th and Washington in a Circle K gas station.
Okay.
It looks similar to Jessica. I can't really tell, unfortunately. The picture isn't real clear. Do you mind just looking at these and tell me what you think here? I know those are bad pictures, but unfortunately that's kind of the best we can do.
It looks similar. And that's kind of how she keeps her hair.
What's kind of your initial reaction when you saw those?
I would say it's closer to being her than not being her.
But you didn't think that was your daughter when you first saw them?
Not right after the bag.
Unfortunately, the lack of solid information leaves Jessica's family reeling.
Oh, please God, please God, please God, please God.
Oh, please God, bro.
Please find her. Can we please find her? Can we please find her?
The search for Jessica Ridgway becomes the top priority of the Westminster Police Department, but the little girl is nowhere to be found. 2 days after her disappearance, however, a man in neighboring Superior, Colorado, finds a backpack on the street outside his house that matches the description her mother gave police.
It's gray with pink flowers on it.
Inside the backpack are Jessica's distinct purple glasses, school books, clothes that smell of urine, and a water bottle that says Jessica Ridgway on the side. The finding is disturbing, but it's not until October 10th, 3 days later, that several sanitation workers happen upon a far more horrifying discovery while picking up trash on the side of the road, miles away from where Jessica was last seen.
Don't tell me.
And I just seen that black bag. I said, well, that must have, fell out of somebody's pickup or blew out of somebody's pickup or something. Our job's to pick up the trash. Well, I walked over.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't tell me. Do not tell me. Don't tell me that, bro. No, do not tell me. Do not tell me they did some Jeffrey Dahmer type shit, bro.
Get up. Herman was maybe 30 feet from me, west of me. And I said, what the hell? It was 30, 40 pounds, but it's only that deep, and it's a bag that's this tall. So what could be so heavy and so small?
He was like, man, I went to pick this bag up. And he was like, it didn't feel right. So we, started looking at it, and my friend Bobby, he gets like the broom handle, and he starts, poking at it. He didn't touch it, but he starts poking at it. He's like, man, I think that's something.
Did it look like that bag had been out there for quite a while, or?
No, because me and Herman both said, when a bag's been out there for even a couple of days, it's got dust on it, it's got dirt, it's got the dew in the morning. Them look brand new out the box in the ditch.
It was gooey on the bottom of the bag, like liquid was in there. But the sound of it, the top of the bag sounded hollow.
I opened it, and I thought, there's another identical bag, only it's rolled up tight in the bottom. And it's the same bag, but rolled up. I said, this ain't right. Something just ain't right. This isn't trash. And he asked Herman, got a knife? I said, I don't have a knife. And Herman had a box cutter knife, with the one with the razor blade. Mm-hmm. And he took it, slit it open, and that's when we just seen it.
And then that's when we see, like, the torso. And then I seen like if the arm was missing, the bone that was sticking out. And then it was also split right down the middle with all the ends.
Bro, you know what they need to do to these parents? Especially the mom. They need a, I don't know, but they need some type of punishment too. They need some type of punishment too. I know they dealing with a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, of this, you know what I'm saying, of what just happened. But they need some type of punishment too, bro. Cause if they had simply just dropped her off to school like every parent do this, bro. Not every parent, but a good majority of them do, you know what I'm saying, drop their kid off to school, bro. They don't let their child walk to school with all these crazy people out here. No, they don't do that, bro.
Sides were missing. So my friend Bobby was like, man, I think I'm gonna call the police.
2 days later, the Westminster Police Department confirms that the remains indeed belong to Jessica Ridgway, turning the search for the missing girl into a homicide investigation. The news shocks the community, even as the discovery leaves a lasting scar on the men who found it.
I don't want to see another black trash bag. Dude, I'm not even going to go down the street ever. But just seeing there no head, no arms, and no legs. So it had to be hard. It had to be hard for the person that even did it.
The police find something else in the bag, a cross with strange markings carved into the side of the wood. And with samples they've obtained from Jessica's remains and backpack, they develop a DNA profile of an unknown suspect. But before they can identify a match, an unexpected phone call to the FBI sends the investigation in a new direction.
Why did you initially contact the FBI?
Well,
I got another sales call and like now, and I can't even remember the customer's name.
because I really felt like I knew who had done it.
Who done what?
Who had abducted Jessica Ridgway.
Okay, and why did you feel that?
I don't know. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but I think some of it was really intuition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom, first of all. I'm kind of a paranoid type of person, I guess I would say. Well, not really paranoid, I guess. I'm just aware of my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that you can tell somebody by their eyes, you know.
The woman says she's grown suspicious about the teenage son of her neighbor, Mindy.
And Mindy had texted me in July. She says, Austin graduated today. I said earlier or something. And she said, yeah. She says he dropped out of high school, took his GED, and he's going to school in the fall to become a mortician. And I thought, what kind of kid drops out of high school to go to be a mortician? And the cross thing was a big part because that's something that he wore a lot of that kind of jewelry, like the hemp necklaces and rope necklaces and stuff with the crosses on them. Mindy had posted on her thing this picture of this project that he had done. And she said, I guess it was something that was at the Museum of Nature and Science or something like that. And she says, I've got it on my phone. What's the fastest, least messy way to dispose of a body? And she says, Austin knows.
The FBI is already canvassing the neighborhood, and when they receive the woman's tip, they quickly interview Austin and collect his DNA sample.
And then she texts me right after and said, Austin just gave his DNA to the FBI. This is getting crazy. And they told me, play stupid.
Well, that's the 19th.
Uh-huh. And I said, what? And she says, at least they can rule him out now. Should be the end of it for us.
Unfortunately for the investigation, this is exactly what happens. Austin Sigg's DNA is sent to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and like the hundreds of other samples that have been collected, it's not a match for the evidence. It's another dead end, and the hope of catching Jessica's killer grows dimmer than ever. That is, until the evening of October 23rd, 18 days after the little girl's disappearance, when a 911 call changes everything.
Hi, I need you to come to my house. My son wants to turn himself in for the Jessica Ridgway murder.
And what's going on there, ma'am?
You not hear me? He just confessed to killing her.
I know. I want you to tell me what's going on. Can you tell me exactly what he said?
But he did it, and he gave me details, and her remains are in my house.
Did you
He
see
still
them?
got the remains?
No.
Is he there with you?
Yes.
Is he cooperative?
Yes.
How old is your son?
17.
Bro,
What is your son's name?
Bro, I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. I ain't
In a
even
bizarre
supposed to like
twist,
this, but
the
what is
very
wrong with
individual
dude,
that
bro?
investigators
He
just
still got the
cleared
remains
is now
still to
apparently
this day.
confessing to the murder, and the 911 operator strives to get more information.
Do you think that Austin would talk to me?
Will you talk to her? Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
Is this Austin?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Austin. This is Molly at the Westminster Police Department.
Hi.
Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on right now, or how you're feeling, or how did this come about?
I don't exactly get why you're asking these questions. I murdered Jessica Ridgway.
Okay.
I have proof that I did it. There is no other question. You just have to send a squad car, something down here, and I will answer all the questions that you want to ask, or anyone wants to ask of me as soon as you gotta get down here.
Okay.
The teenager will more than live up to this promise as the evening unfolds, but for now, the operator has to determine what kind of situation the police will be walking into.
Do you have any weapons in your house?
I do, but I plan to use absolutely none of them. I will be sitting in my front room when the police officer, or I'll be right next to my mother. I have knives in my room, and we own a few guns, but I'm giving myself up completely. There will be no resistance whatsoever.
All right, Austin. Well, like just like I said, I am sending you a police officer, okay? But you have to understand that you know, we take this stuff very seriously, and like I said, you did the right thing by calling.
I would have to hope that you would take this serious, because this is important.
I absolutely am taking this seriously.
Can you please hurry up? I need to call his dad.
Ma'am, I understand you want to call your husband, and I'm sorry, but I would like to keep you guys on the phone just until the officers get a little bit closer.
Well, how far are they?
They're going to be there in just a few minutes. Can I get
We can stay on the line, but do you have to keep asking questions?
Okay, no, I don't. Mom, can I just get your name?
My name is Mindy.
And Austin told me he's taking like classes at community college.
Yeah.
You don't need to pick
Okay,
classes.
what kind of classes is he taking?
What? Why are you asking this? Why are you laughing? Why are you asking this? And why are you laughing, bro? He don't need. Why are you asking what kind of college he said? What kind of classes he taking? It's not like he's gonna be taking them anyway. He going straight to. I don't know if he gonna go to prison. I don't know which one they gonna put him in, but whatever he going, he ain't going, dog.
To be a mortician.
He wants to be a mortician. Okay.
The operator tries to keep Austin's mom, Mindy, calm as police make their way to the address.
Mindy, take a couple deep breaths for me, okay?
Yep.
Is Austin still there with you?
No, I'm hugging him.
Okay, you guys are hugging? Okay, you definitely did the right thing. You tell me when the officers get there. They're coming to your front door.
I know.
Are you with the officers or what?
No, they're not here.
Okay. Is Austin still calm? How is his demeanor right now?
Hurry up.
I'm trying to get them to hurry, okay? Like I said, we're getting officers there as quickly as we can. Is Austin okay with you right now?
Yeah, he's just getting really anxious, and so am I.
Okay.
With me again. Oh.
Gail, can you hear me?
They're here. They're coming up.
Police arrive at the SIG residence and immediately take the 17-year-old into custody.
Hey, Austin. I'm Oscar
You
Stetson.
the same age as me, bro.
Anybody else in the house? Hey, Austin. My name is AC, okay? Right now, I'm just going to put you in cuffs, okay? Do you have any weapons on you, man? Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think that
this won't anyway bring any comfort to the Ridgway family whatsoever by seeing me brought to justice at all.
Well, I don't know the family, so, but I would say in my experience, people like some closure.
Well, this is all I can give, so I hope it'll do.
If Austin is to be believed, the Westminster police finally have their suspect. The only issue
Look at this nigga build, bro. Look at you, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna speak too much, bro.
Whether or not they should believe him at all.
So in your experience, how long does it usually take to get the DNA test back?
I would expect somewhere between 9 and 36 hours, somewhere.
Wow. They came Friday night, the FBI, and took swab.
Okay.
DNA swab.
Well, keep in mind, they're not open on the weekends.
Gotta love it, right?
Or the government.
That just seems wrong, because, I mean, when you're hunting down someone like me, you would want those results back as quickly as possible and then close on the weekend, too. It's a relatively automated process.
At the police station, detectives first speak to Austin's mother, Mindy, who seems scarcely able to believe the nightmare unfolding before her eyes.
I was still in a towel, and I don't remember why I sat on the bed. I'm sure I was telling him something unrelated, and he said, Mom, I gotta tell you something.
This is while he's still in the bed?
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there beside him?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what he told you?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's really hard to just to deal with this whole thing right now. I understand this whole concept of this is pretty hard.
I want to help. I'm not sure I can remember. He had that look, the horrible look. I think the first thing he said was, I'm a monster.
If the detectives are going to get to the truth of this confession, though, the details will have to come from Austin himself.
Can we start with just the bottom line is what did you tell your mom?
That I murdered Jessica Ridgway, and that I was responsible for her abduction and her death.
Can you talk to me now a little bit about what happened in this whole situation? Can we go ahead and start back on October 5th, which was a Friday morning?
I just remember I wound up finding a place over in her neighborhood where I could park where a car really wouldn't be noticed by anyone, just somewhere where all the fences were. Because, while I was driving, I was just kind of looking. And I saw her, and I found the place to park, and I parked, and I waited. When she walked by, I grabbed her.
Were you standing by your car when you did that?
I was inside my car, in the back seat. Because I had parked, and I had hopped into the back seat, and I grabbed her, and I pulled her in.
Okay. Do you remember where that was at?
Not exactly. It was random place, random time, random everything.
That shit was
When you went out that morning, Friday morning, which was early in the morning, and you drove over to Jessica's neighborhood, what were you planning on doing that day?
I had the intent of picking up any female that came across where I was. That it didn't matter what time, where, it just anything.
So you were out, for a better word, hunting?
Yeah, that's the only word I can think of.
So when you initially took Jessica, you were actually in the back seat of your car.
Yes, and then I zip tied her hands and her feet.
Did she come close enough to the car that you didn't have to get out?
Yeah, basically. I had to take one step, and that was it.
What was she doing when you did that? What was her emotional state?
She wasn't paying attention. She was messing with a snowball in her hands, and she actually still had the snowball in her hands when I was driving around. And
well, what was her emotional state once you actually got her into the car and zip tied your arms?
Terrified.
What was she saying?
She was scared. She wanted to know if she was going to see her mom again. She wanted to know.
This is real life, y'all.
Wanted to know who I was, where we were going. And I wouldn't answer all of her questions, but I would answer some of them, like if she'd see her mom again, and I would lie to her and I would tell her that she would. And I would tell her that she'd be okay, and one of her concerns was getting back to school on time because her mom and her teacher would be angry at her, and I told her not to worry about it, that I'd handle them.
Austin is describing an abduction that has been front page news in Colorado for the better part of a month. Detectives sit down with his girlfriend Anna to see if the subject ever came up between them.
We're here about Jessica. Well, tell me what you saw on the news about Jessica.
I just saw that she heard about her getting kidnapped and then finding the body, and that's about where I left off.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Austin?
Last week, Wednesday.
Last week, Wednesday. And have you and Austin talked about Jessica at all?
Not really.
What have you mentioned? You said not really. What have you mentioned about?
We were talking about how we couldn't think about how anybody could do that to somebody. That's pretty much it.
But Anna doesn't yet know that her boyfriend has admitted to his involvement in this horrific crime, and she certainly doesn't know the chilling story he's sharing with the detectives.
So after so long of driving around, I found a place to park where I checked her backpack, and she had no cell phone or anything. And after that, I hopped back in the front of my car and I drove back to my house. And I hopped out of the car, and I opened the garage door, and I drove in, and I shut the garage door behind me. Let her out of the back of my car. I undid the zip ties.
Your mom not here?
And I took her up to my room, and I sat her in my room, and I played Netflix on the TV for her. It was either like Family Guy or something. I don't remember. That's some cartoon.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Is he still alive? Hold up. After this video, I'm doing my research on bro, and I'm searching him up to see if where he at, bro. Cause this is ridiculous.
I just kind of sat there.
Austin tells the police that he left the room at this point to get Jessica a Coke and a microwave pizza to eat.
You actually went to the kitchen and got that for her?
Yes.
Were you later there?
Yeah.
Could she have gotten out? I mean, would you have seen her leave or heard her leave?
So he basically was like, I'm gonna give you a last meal and shit like that. And we going, and then I'm gonna do my thing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hope right now, wherever you at, them niggas doing you dirty right now in prison or jail. I hope they really, like, I'm talking about, they really beating your shit up, bro. Not pause, not like that. I mean, like, beating them up wise. I really hope I'm talking about they fist fighting him, bro. Brass knuckles on, dog. I really hope he got like 2 black eyes. A bloody nose, bro. I just hope the worst for him right now, bro. I don't never want to hope the worst for nobody. But he got it. He got it. He got it for sure.
If she would have went by the window, then no. But any other way, then probably.
So this is on the second floor, right?
Yeah.
It's got a 2-story home.
No. And she didn't put up any fight at all.
Austin's grim confession takes place against the backdrop of the conflicting DNA evidence.
I know that little girl was scared for her life inside that room when he went downstairs and made all that BS, Coke and pizza. I know she was so scared inside that room. She was probably thinking, where can I go? Where can I hide somewhere? How can I escape? Like, she probably watched so much movies, but I'm glad she didn't do anything or to try to fight. Cause God knows what he would have tried to do if she did try to fight and get away or hide somewhere, bro. Cause I'm just happy she didn't try to move or fight or anything. Cause he would have probably did something way worse than he would have did, bro.
And his grandmother appears to think something else may be going on here.
Do you know why you're here?
Because there is grandson seems to believe that he committed a murder.
Ain't no seems to believe
That's
he
what I
did.
understand.
He did.
This is horrible.
Ain't no
This
seems
is
to believe he
the most
did.
horrible thing. There's got to be something wrong. He's not this person. Well, maybe he made it up. You know, like
You gonna tell me he make up a whole ass story about a girl in real life that actually died? You gonna sit right here and tell me that he did that? When they found her, they found the little girl body chopped, bro. You gonna tell me that? He telling us detail by detail of what he did and how he doing it. He told us he picked that little girl up, zip tied, boom boom, took her to the crib, feeding her a piece and coke, giving her a last meal, and he did his thing. He basically just told us that. Talking about he watched some type of movie. He ain't watched no movie. He did it. He ain't watched no movie and he think he done. Nah, he done it, bro. I understand that's your grandson. You trying to save him, but this not the time and the right place to be trying to save somebody, bro.
I've heard, you know, talking about watching the cop shows and stuff.
No, ain't no cop shows, bro.
I've heard about people.
Ain't no Law and Order, bro.
False
This is fucking real
confessions
life, dog.
to be, just to get to be famous.
Sure.
Oh, maybe he did that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But despite the DNA dead end
This is
and
real life,
testimonials from those who know him,
You know what
Austin
she's talking
paints a
about.
vivid picture of Jessica's final moments that feels terrifyingly real.
After sitting there for probably an hour, maybe, I don't exactly
So
remember.
that whole time, oh my gosh, bro! I just realized that whole time. Remember when her mom was like banging on the neighbor's door and shit? That whole was she banging on his door? I hope she was. Imagine she was banging on his door that whole time. I'm talking about banging that whole time. The mom was. That means the mom would have been that close to saving her daughter. And that's not even the point. That's not even my point. You telling me that whole time after the mom that done banged on that door, went to the school, came back, banged on the door some more. Bro, she wasn't nowhere outside. Cause when she was explaining, I was like, where could that girl be? Like, where could the little girl be? Like, she couldn't be anywhere. Like, we know she already got captured and shit like that. But like, where could she have gone? Where could she have, like, she hiding somewhere? No, she was in this dude's house the whole time, bro. For an hour.
Time kind of started feeling weird then. After that, I asked her to change into a pair of a shirt and shorts that I had, and I let her go into the bathroom to do that, and she came back, told her to put all her clothes in her backpack and get her backpack ready and everything to go back. And then after she was done with that, I walked up behind her, and I initially tried to use zip ties to strangle her, but those cut into my skin and didn't really work and weren't doing a job that...
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Boy, sometimes I really wish they had brought back that electric chair, man. That's what they call it, the electric. Sometimes I really bring that back, bro. Cause some people need it. Some people need it. I ain't on no psycho crazy shit, but some people need it, bro. In this case, he needed that, bro. You killed a girl you killed a little innocent girl that you were 70 years older than. This little girl don't know nothing about life yet, bro. She ain't even get to experience her first day in middle school yet, bro. Before you just end it. She ain't even get to middle school. She ain't get to high school. She ain't get to college. But here you go. You got the middle school. You got through high school barely, nigga. They said you didn't even pass, bro. They said you had to go get your GED. So technically, he didn't even get to high school. But you over here trying to take somebody else's life, bro. Cause you, bro, you greedy. You a greedy ass. We call the nigga, bro. We call y'all greedy ass niggas. Niggas like you, we call y'all greedy ass niggas, bro. Cause y'all greedy. Y'all want nothing. Y'all want everything to yourself in life, bro. I hate niggas like y'all, bro. Niggas like you
weren't doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't either exist. Bro.
So immediately just.
Let me guess.
Like,
You're thinking
I'm
about
sorry,
going to therapy. And
but
as a
I don't
therapist
even
myself,
like,
of course
be
I'm going to say that's
disrespectful
a
like that. No
great
disrespectful
idea.
shit. Like, sometimes
Without
you just gotta,
even
you know what I'm saying?
removing
Like,
ties or anything, I immediately
Shake the
switched over
obvious,
to
dog.
just strangling her with my hands.
How did you use the zip ties?
They weren't quite long enough, so I daisy chained two of them together and I wrapped them around her neck and I pulled it tight, but it inevitably tore through my hand and wound up breaking.
You actually have a mark on one of your fingers. Is that from the zip tie?
Both, yes, on both ends. There's one.
On both of the index fingers right here, you have a little mark where those were from pulling on the zip ties?
Yes. When I choked her, I closed my eyes and I just said, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. And then after she was dead, after she was, what I hope was dead, I put her into my bathtub face down and I made sure to fill it up with water to make sure that she was definitely dead. And
even if she wasn't there, he tried to drown her. He tried to drown her. Man, he really is making me dead ass mad.
And then I cut off
Real shit, dog.
the clothes and threw them in a trash bag, and then I sat and I cried.
According to Austin, that was only the beginning of an.
Hold up, I gotta say something real quick. I'm looking at the time right now. It's like 9 in the morning. I gotta be working by 4 o'clock, and I still need to get some of my sleep real quick before I end up going to work, cause I know I'm gonna be tired. So I think what I'm gonna do is finish recording this video, and then after, when I come home from work, which is around like 11 o'clock ish, I'm gonna edit it.
Unspeakably
I'm just
dark
saying
morning.
that just so y'all know.
Why did you feel like you had to take her arms and legs and her head off?
Because I felt like it was the only way that I could conceivably hide the body, as if it was in more manageable pieces, I guess.
It's a big question, but why are you trying to hide the body?
As soon as I realized I was past the point of no return, it's either get away with it or go to jail forever, possibly be executed.
Nobody is, not that I know, but nobody has never gotten away with murder. Everybody get caught. You might not get caught that instant right there. It might be like years long to pass, but they gonna catch you before you know what I'm saying, before you leave this earth, bro. You gonna get your sentence before you leave this earth.
Possibly anything I didn't know. I don't know what my future's gonna be.
So you're fully understanding the consequences of what you've done, and that's why you're dismembering the body.
No, that's not why. That's why I turned myself in. It's because I understand the consequences of what I'm doing. The dismemberment was from that forensic science class. We had learned about serial killers, stuff like that, and the successful ones always seemed to be the ones who were able to make the body disappear completely. My main goal initially was to make it so that there was no trace, no nothing, where it was just disappear off the face of the planet.
But you made it harder for yourself. What intentionally thought you would have got away with this? I mean, be honest. What thought you would have got away with this, bro? I mean, like, let's be honest. You look. If I look at you, bro, you look like that type of dude that just look like you up to nothing, no good. If I saw you in public in the store or something, you look like you up to no good, bro. I would have thought you were up to no good, bro.
you thought about before when you were thinking about doing that to someone?
No.
How would you thought you were going to do that?
I figured with just the utility knife, because I know that you can go around the human skeleton fits together kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. You get the right spot, they come apart.
He tells the detectives that he dismembered Jessica's body using the utility knife and an electric saw from the garage before stuffing her parts into several garbage bags and hiding them in a backyard pool shed. A couple of days later, in an effort to direct the search for Jessica to a different area, he left her backpack in a distant neighborhood.
I felt like that didn't work, and so I decided the day the torso part was found, I decided to take that specifically out of the pool house, and I brought it back up and I re-cleaned it and double bagged it and tried to make sure that I used gloves and everything.
Where the hell was the mom at in this situation? That's what I want to know. Where was she at? Where was she at, bro? Like, dude, I honestly want to know, where was she at? We ain't heard the mom yet in this whole type of situation. When he was doing all of this, the mom is nowhere to be found. I understand it's morning time, the mom probably went to work. But like, you gotta understand though, he had the bodies and like he had like the body parts and stuff in the back in the shed and stuff. Where she at that whole time? She didn't know about this. Like, she ain't smell nothing. Like, she just like, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
And I went and I just drove until I found a good spot where I could park for a minute or two, hop out, pull, just dump it off the side of the road and keep going. Because I felt like that was the biggest piece that I had to get rid of, because it was, I don't know, the worst.
But there was also a wooden cross found in that bag, an item Austin says he included as part of his devious ploy.
I was just walking throughout, and I walked into my room and I happened to see it just sitting there, so I cut it off of its rope and I just made some random engravings on it with the blade just to, you know, in case.
What markings did you make on it?
Well, initially I was gonna go for something cryptic like 666 or something that would be very clear that it was religious and demonic or something to get them on that.
Did you think that would distract them from you?
Right. If they're looking for a religious fanatic, I'm not one.
Okay.
And that's what I was trying to do, is make it so I didn't fit the bill.
Okay. Do you remember what the markings looked like that you did put on it?
I put the 3 little etchings on the front, and then on the back I think I scribbled a Z or an S. I think it was like an S, or just kind of back and forth.
And what did you use to carve it with?
The same utility blade
that you'd used when you with the body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin says that he spent the week since the murder racked with anxiety, though it appears that his girlfriend didn't notice.
What about his attitude? How has he been in the last month? Is there anything different about him?
Not at all.
Okay. Does he have any injuries on him?
Mm-mm.
You haven't seen any injuries? What about, has he seemed happier than usual or sadder than usual or anything like that? Have you noticed anything different about him?
Mm-mm.
It seems that even those closest to Austin noticed nothing out of the ordinary, but then again, perhaps the young suspect was practiced in maintaining an innocent facade.
Does anything else happen before today?
One thing I had forgotten about until the media had brought it back up is the incident at Kettner Lake where the young lady was attacked.
Mm-hmm.
That was me as well.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, Brody. Yeah, lock him up. Lock him up, bro. Lock him up. So, he had an eye on that little girl. Before all this went down, he was plotting. He was scheming. Before all this went down. He was that dude by them trees before all this went down. Lock him up, bro. Why are we still talking? Why are we still debating? Why are we still right here answering them questions? I understand we trying to get the questions so we can have the right and, like, you know what I'm saying, and calculate all the years that he can get. No, I feel like ain't no type of years, life sentence, that's it, go on about your day.
When you talk about the Kettner Lake incident,
you bugging, right?
Do you remember what you did on that case?
I remember I made chloroform. I parked my car there and I just kind of went and took a few laps around they have a little walking path that you can walk around, and I waited for what I felt was an opportune time, and I just walked past the lady who was just walking by herself, and then I turned around and I tried to grab her, and she knocked me to the ground, and...
That's what happened when you play with the wrong one. You play with the wrong one. She probably was saying that. She probably was saying that out loud too. Yeah, you got the right one today. You play with the wrong one, bro. See, he was right. He know that he know he couldn't take no adult now. He know he couldn't do no grown ass woman or no grown ass man. So he had to go for somebody he know he could, like, easily take down. What is his little bitch ass, bro? He went for somebody he never
remember after that. I remember going blank again.
Of course he went for a little
Austin
girl, bro.
says that despite his chloroform-soaked rag, the woman was able to fight him off. But his involvement in this earlier incident is made all the more surreal and heartbreaking by the fact that Jessica's mom mentioned it in her first sit-down with the police.
What was your purpose in grabbing this girl?
I don't honestly know. My intents were probably to do the same thing to her what I did Jessica.
While the police have yet to match the DNA from Jessica's remains to Austin or any other suspect, they have linked it to the Kettner Lake attack. Despite the lab results, it looks increasingly likely that the young man before them is responsible for both. And if this violence seems to have come from nowhere, a closer look reveals that there were signs along the way.
He had to go into therapy because...
Austin?
Yeah,
okay.
Austin. His mother found out that he was when he was about 13, 14, something like that. They call it addicted to pornography.
I'm gonna let her talk.
Oh.
And
at age 13 or 14, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going, isn't this kind of normal for guys? You know?
But investigators will quickly learn that there was nothing normal about the content Austin was consuming.
Describe to me what it is that you've seen.
Like bondage, like forced acts. I've seen like dismemberment. I've seen everything. Like,
what were the things that were turning you on in your fantasy?
I mean, force, probably. I mean,
you talking about beating someone?
No,
or are you talking...
being able to control what they do.
With this disturbing obsession hanging in the background, police are concerned that there may be more to Austin's nauseating story than he's admitted thus far.
Well, at some point, you must have been thinking about having sex with this young girl, right?
I did, but I mean, she was a 10-year-old girl. I couldn't imagine. It was
I'm glad you don't got the heart or the balls to even thought. I'm glad you had the heart or balls to even touch that little girl, to even think about doing that with that little girl. I'm really glad you are. Cause if you had even, if you just had,
first time that I haven't ever had a sex drive in my life that I can remember.
Well, why did you decide at that point that you had to kill her?
Because I felt like if I didn't, there was no way I could ever get away with it.
Get away with what?
Abducting a small child. I was so... I think the second I pulled her into my car, I knew she was dead.
If other things happened with her body, would that make this worse in your mind?
I think that Yeah, probably, yeah.
It's only at this point that the detectives bring up a detail that was never released to the public. The wooden cross wasn't just left with Jessica's remains. It had been inserted into her. Austin ultimately admits to this desecration, though he denies violating her in any other way before her death.
How long have you been thinking about doing something like this to a young girl?
I would have to say. It wasn't even, had nothing to do with her age or anything. It was an easy target when she was laying there. All I could think of was, oh God, what have I done?
And what did you answer yourself?
I couldn't.
Did you know what you did was wrong?
I did, but I couldn't. I couldn't believe that I had done what I had just done.
What do you think society would think about what you did to Jessica?
I don't know about society because I've never really been that great with it, but I know that personally I am a monster for what I've done. I couldn't find a better word to describe evil than exactly what
Did you say evil?
Evil, yes.
Austin has admitted responsibility for one of the most shocking murders in Colorado history, but a piece of the puzzle remains missing. That piece is soon found when investigators realize that Austin's original DNA sample to the FBI was lost, and his name was cleared in error. When they test a fresh swab, the result is a match. But even without that match, the evidence is impossible to deny.
Let's go back to Jessica again. What you talked about the torso part. What happens to the rest? What do you do with everything else?
Everything else I moved then from out in the backyard because I felt like they had cadaver dogs or search dogs or something combing our area. And so I moved all of those pieces from in the back of where the pool house was to where the detectives found them tonight.
Where was that at?
Under my house, under a crawl space.
The remaining pieces that are in your house, what do you think is still in your crawl space?
The skull, the head, the arms, and the legs.
In a statement in court the following year, the judge overseeing the case said, quote, "Evil is apparently real. It was present in our community on October 5th, 2012. On that day, its name was Austin Sigg." Austin pled guilty to 15 charges relating to the kidnapping, murder, and sexual assault of Jessica Ridgway, the attempted abduction of the jogger at Kettner Lake, and possession of explicit material involving minors. Although being 17 at the time of the crime spared him for the death penalty, the judge sentenced him to life in prison for the charge of first-degree murder and at least another 80 consecutive years for the additional charges, ensuring that he will never be released. 1 year after her death, the Westminster community honored the young girl with the dedication of Jessica Ridgway Memorial Park, just down the street from where she lived. The dominant themes of the park are purple and green, Jessica's favorite colors.
If you're thinking about buying or selling a house, anywhere in or around...
Let's get a, long live Jessica, man, I already forgot her last name already. Let's just get a long live Jessica, man. Long live Jessica, bro. Like, I'm honestly, glad he got life. No, I'm saying, I really wanted to, know what I'm saying, the electric chair, but no, I'm saying, whatever we can get. I'll take life if we can take life. No, I'm saying, if we can get life, I'll take life. No, I'm saying, it is what it is. I'm just happy he out here. He not here with us no more. You know what I'm saying? He locked up in the pen now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else don't got to deal with that no more. Hey, long live Jessica. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all have a nice day. Bye.